Well, hello there, Skywinders. Welcome back to another episode of Skywind007. On today's video, we're going to be making a comparison between these two brands. On the left is the DeWALT, on the right is the Milwaukee. So there is a small difference between the two if you're considering buying one of these but you don't know what to choose. On the left, I'm going to be showing you the socket and the ratchet handle, and on the right, the socket and the ratchet handle for the respective brands. Milwaukee on the right, DeWALT on the left. So let's first look at the one on the left, the DeWALT. Let's look at the socket. Let me zoom in just to make sure it's DeWALT. So there you got the brand right there, DeWALT. And it is perfectly cylindrical. So it's a perfect cylinder. And if you look on the right, the Milwaukee, and let's look at the brand name. There we go. Milwaukee. It's squared. And according to the manufacturer, according to Milwaukee, they did this on purpose to prevent rolling. So sometimes you're working on your car and it likes to roll. You drop something and it'll roll. If it's a cylinder, it'll go further. So as you can see, it does roll less than the cylindrical one, the DeWALT on the left. So it's an interesting design, preventing from rolling. So it'll still roll, but it'll be a lot less than the cylinder. So that's one of the differences between the two. Now if we go to the ratchet handles, on the left we have the DeWALT, and it is a 72 tooth ratchet, as you can see over here. The one on the right is a 90 tooth ratchet handle, as you can see. There we go. And of course that just helps you, and you probably already know this, that just helps you work in tight spots where you don't have a lot of swing area. So the more teeth you have in your tool, the better. So let's listen to the difference between the two. So let's start with the DeWALT. And now let's go to the Milwaukee. Let's do that again, DeWALT. And Milwaukee. So they definitely sound different. This kind of sounds like a Rolex watch, the bezel on the Rolex watch. Okay, so another difference between DeWALT and Milwaukee are the locking system. The DeWALT uses a locking system where you have this button right here, and when you put a socket there, it won't go in unless you press that button, and now it's locked in place. It will not come out unless you press that button, of course. The Milwaukee does not use that locking system, so you just press it by force and it kind of stays in there. It's not going to come out very easily, at least not by gravity, and then you just pull it out like that. There is no button there. So that is another difference. It's just a matter of opinion and choice, whichever one you like the most. Okay, so the next thing I want to look at is to see if you can use an extension pipe on any of these two handles. So let's start with the DeWALT. And here's my extension pipe. And you can. Barely, but you can. So now let's look at the Milwaukee. And let's use the extension pipe. Even better, it goes in a good distance. And the last difference that I noticed between these two is that this one, the Milwaukee, clearly says 3/8. If you look there, it says 3/8. This one, it doesn't really say anywhere what the drive is. So in general, that's no big deal. You'll probably know anyway that this is a 3/8 by just looking at it. But it's nice when it shows right there that it's a 3/8. Especially if you're working with somebody that doesn't know is not familiar with this. You're working with your wife, just tell her, get me the 3/8 drive handle. But if it's like this, she won't know what this is. Okay folks, so we have reached the end of this video, and I'm just gonna let you make the decision which one you like better, which one is better for you. In my humble opinion, I do like the Milwaukee better, for the reasons that I spoke about already, that this doesn't roll too much, and I do like the handle, mainly the fact that you can put an extension pipe here very comfortably. You can do the same over here, but just barely. It just grabs the tip, but over here it'll go all the way to about here, the extension pipe. Of course, you can always just get a bigger pipe. There are pipes that will fit in here, and you can just do that, no big deal. But between the two, I really like this system, this square. And I like the fact that the lettering is flat, so it's very easy to read. Here, because it is cylindrical, it's kind of hard to read. So not a huge difference. You can perfectly work with either one, no big deal. The 92 ratchet, it's very helpful, but you can still get by with this, almost the same. Not a huge difference, so you can really just go with price. If you find that this one's cheaper, just go with the cheaper one. If you find that that one's cheaper, just go with that one. I mean, if you go to a store like AutoZone and they just happen to have that one, then just go with that one. It's not the difference is not humongous. But if I did have the two in front of me and they were exactly the same price, and I could just get either one, didn't make any difference, I would go with the Milwaukee. In any case, thank you for watching, subscribe, and thumbs up.